Good morning, youth. This is your midweek encouragement video. I hope you guys are doing well. We're going to jump right in, and we are actually going to finish out Proverbs chapter 14 today. And this week we are talking about being leaders and how to lead with wisdom. And so I'm going to jump right in. Proverbs chapter 14, starting in verse 28, it says, "In a multitude of people is the glory of a king, but without people a prince is ruined. Whoever is slow to anger has great understanding, but he who has a hasty temper exalts folly. A tranquil heart gives life to the flesh, but envy makes the bones rot. Whoever oppresses a poor man insults his maker, but he who is generous to the needy honors him. The wicked are overthrown in his evildoing, but the righteous finds refuge in his death. Wisdom rests in the heart of a man of understanding, but it makes itself known even in the midst of fools. Righteousness exalts a nation, but sin is a reproach to any people. A servant who deals wisely has the king's favor, but his wrath falls on one who acts shamefully." Proverbs was written by a king to his son. And so Proverbs acknowledges, and you can tell the quality of a leader by looking at the quality of life and the willingness of the people that person is leading to follow them. And so there's a handful of things in here. First, verses 29 and 30 tell us that if we are a leader, if a person wants to be a good godly leader, being slow to anger, being a person who is content leads to being a stable leader, and as a result gives people a sense of security and gives people a sense of contentment themselves as they are being led. Verse 33 here tells us that a heart of a leader does better to house wisdom, meaning that their life and the things that they care about, it's better for that to be wisdom above all else, because whatever it is, the thing that a leader cares the most about, every person that they lead is going to know that that's what they're about because of how they lead. Both these reminders are things that tell us that good leaders rule their own hearts and their own lives first before they turn to begin to have influence on other people. Good leaders rule their own hearts and their own lives first before they turn to have influence on other people. Next, verse 32 reminds us that good leaders have the faith that it takes to give the justice back to God, meaning that they don't view their influence on this world as the final say. They don't view themselves as, I have to do all the things to uphold justice. They know that some things are outside of their control, and that as a result, God will have the final say on what is just, and that justice happens. Similarly to this, verse 31 reminds us that good leaders know that God is sovereign, that he's sovereign both over them and the people they may lead. And as a result, it causes them to treat all people fairly. They don't take favorites. They don't have prejudice. They have a right understanding of who they are in relationship to God and how they should lead as a result of that. A good leader is one who seeks to lead out of righteousness. And so maybe this week, you might be thinking, it's like, well, I'm not really, a leader right now. And that's fine. But think about the people who are leading you. Are they characterized by the wisdom of the Bible? And if so, maybe tell them, hey, thank you. And if not, maybe say, hey, I've noticed this thing. That's okay. If you are a person who's in leadership, think about how you lead. Think about whether or not you are leading as a servant like Jesus did. If you're leading by example, by getting in there yourself and being a part of it. I'm going to leave you guys with that. I hope you guys have a good rest of your week. Love y'all, and we'll see you soon. Bye, guys.